She was an innocent girl, good girl. Had her life ahead of her, and it was taken. Where I live, you didn't hear anything like that. And all of a sudden, you go to work, you come home, and your daughter's not home. I believe everybody has the right for that American dream. It's just the ones that are coming in with a criminal background and doing criminal acts here in our country. That's not right.
Evelyn Rodriguez, the mom of a 16-year-old girl who was murdered by members of the MS-13 gang in 2016. Some of those killers were illegal immigrants. You heard her talking about that. Evelyn is one of 4 grieving parents attending the State of the Union tonight as guests of President Trump. The president is also going to talk about his proposal to protect the Dreamers and strengthen border security at the same time. Republican Congresswoman Martha McSally serves on the Homeland Security Committee, and you know this issue so well. First of all, you have a few words to say about the guests for tonight at the White House.
Well, there's no words that can take away the pain and the suffering that she's been through. We need to be working together to address these very issues of getting violent criminals off our street that are here illegally, passing things like Kate's Law, cracking down on MS-13, and having an immigration system that actually works for us, that's based on merit and not based on chain migration and lottery. And so my heart just goes out to her and the other family members that have been through these awful tragedies. And I hope the American people can put aside some of the rhetoric that we're hearing from the left and look at the real people that have loved ones that are no longer with us because of the failed policies of the past.
Look, on the East Coast, we know this. In New York, 25 MS-13 victims killed here. So this is something that we see locally in the papers and on television. So, Congresswoman, where are we right now with the president's Dreamer deal? Because there are members in your party, and certainly Democrats, who say it doesn't go far enough. And Republicans who say it goes too far. It looks a lot like Obama's administration.
Well, for our part in the House, we've got now 79 co-sponsors on the bill that I authored with a couple of my teammates that we really believe are the consensus points for what the American people are looking for. Strong border security, ending chain migration, ending the visa lottery, cracking down on sanctuary cities, passing Kate's Law, addressing the gang issues. Like, these are common sense proposals that really the vast majority of the people that we represent are behind. So we're doing our part. We had a listening session this morning in the House. We're answering questions, and we're trying to build support for us to get that through the House. The president has put out some of his ideas. I think he's actually trying to drag the Senate to the right because the proposals in the Senate so far have been extremely weak. They don't address any of the real security issues. They don't address the root causes of why we have a DACA population in the first place, to prevent one from occurring again in the future. And so I think he's trying to show, like, hey, he's willing to be at the table and negotiate. And I think the extreme reactions we saw out of Democrat leaders were just unbelievable to me, honestly, and how they sat at the table. I was there in the White House, and they all agreed to these 4 pillars, and then the president offers these 4 pillars, and now they're rejecting it as racist. I think it shows that they're more interested in electoral politics than actually solving the issue, and we've got to get some solution that actually is addressing the real concerns of the American people through both bodies and on his desk.
Congresswoman, real quickly, with the Dreamers tonight, the president no doubt will touch on this issue. What do you want to hear him say?
Well, I think he's showing leadership on this issue, and I think he's going to show a strong support for actual border security. I represent a border district. There's only 9 members of Congress that do, and the people I represent want to hear a commitment like strong border security to include resources, cracking down on these very real security issues, moving us towards a merit-based solution, and that being our highest priority. I think he's willing to provide some solution on the DACA recipients, as you've seen, but it has to be also so that we can prevent it from happening again. So I'm looking forward to hearing from him tonight on this and support to our military. By the way, our GOP women were wearing red, white, and blue, while some of the others on the other side are wearing black. We want to show that we're there and excited to hear about all the successes we've had so far this year and the president's vision for the future.
Yeah, you're talking about the wardrobe choices tonight. No doubt we'll hear a lot about it. Thank you, Congresswoman.